Can you take us through the process and what it was like deciding that Brooklyn was the place that you wanted to play?
First of all, thanks. And I don't know. I mean, it's just, you listen to teams and, you listen to players, telling you what, they want or whatever. And, Brooklyn made it known right away that they were, are very interested. Katie hit me quick, and said, definitely come here. And so it was just waiting it out, kind of, weighing my options. And then I just ended up coming here. It's a pretty good team. And, I think I can definitely help.
Pretty good team. There's a narrative of how, stacked this team is and what this means and the whole villain tag or whatnot. Is that something you read into in this journey that you're getting ready to step on with a team that has so much star power?
No, I don't follow any of that stuff. If you follow me during my career, I don't really read clippings and all that type of thing. So I had no clue about it. Just here to play basketball. I'm older, so it's opportunity to be on a winning team and bring some things that I think they can help, and that's all it is.
Greg Logan with Newsday.
Hi, LaMarcus. I was just wondering, you mentioned you're older, but you've accomplished so much in your career. Where do you gauge that you're at this point in your career in terms of, can you still be an all-star caliber player? And then second, Steve Nash emphasized that they really value your three-point shooting ability, and that it might be a slight change of role from you to do less mid-range and more three-point. Has he talked about that with you, and do you feel like that's where you're going to make a big difference?
On the first question, I'm not here to be an all-star. That's not, what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to bring the value, trying to bring the things I'm good at, and try to help this team win. So I'm not worried about being an all-star anymore. I feel like I bring enough things to the team that should help, and that's all that matters. As far as the threes, I think I'd already started that in San Antonio. I didn't get as many mid-range. I still got them, but we had already, kind of started that process in San Antonio as far as, trying to look for the three more. And, and the thing is, when you have KD and James and all these guys, Kyrie is, I'm going to be probably wide open, because those guys get, so much attention. So it's going to be, probably wide open three. So, I mean, that makes it easier, but definitely, I'm all on board for it. I've worked on it. I was already doing it earlier, this season. So that's not an issue at all.
Malika Andrews with ESPN.
Hi, LaMarcus. Welcome to the East Coast. I'm Malika. I'm wondering, you've played with so many stars in your career. One that comes to mind is Damian Lillard. And I'm wondering how you think that you're meshing and gelling with these different stars, and you being one yourself over the course of your career, how that's evolved since maybe you were a bit younger.
It changes dramatically. You don't, I don't know how to put it. You don't have as much lust as, trying to be an all-star or, going after those type of things. It's, if it happens, it happens, but it's more about just, bringing value to the team. It's more about just winning. So, Dame and I played well together. I've grown a lot since then, and, so has he. So I just feel like the things I'm gonna bring here, I think, are great, and I think that's why they wanted me here. So it's not really about doing anything crazy. It's just about going out, playing defense, and just making shots, basically.
And secondly, Steve Nash said yesterday that you would have the opportunity to compete for starting center. Is that your goal? Is to try to win that spot or push for that spot, or is it something else?
I mean, if you can start, you always want to start. So I think anyone that's competitive would always say, yeah, they want that. And, they're going to fight for that. So, I'm definitely, trying to do my job, and, hopefully I get it.
Thank you.
Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Hey, LaMarcus, welcome to Brooklyn. I got two for you. You said you quickly heard from Kevin for him to recruit you here. Was he your primary recruiter? Did you hear from some other guys on the team also joining in that pitch?
I heard from other guys too, but the main one first was KD, and then I talked to James or whatever. But I heard from everyone, so it wasn't just one side or just one person. But I just I know him well, so it was him first.
Gotcha. And then just Steve said there's a chance you could play this week depending upon how your ramp up goes. Just what were you doing conditioning wise when you were away from the Spurs, and how do you feel now after having a couple practices under your belt?
I was doing everything I could do to try to stay in game shape. So it's impossible to try to stay in shape to be able to go out there and not be tired. But I've been doing a lot of things, and I actually feel good today.
Christian Winfield with the New York Daily News.
Hey, LaMarcus, how's it going? Welcome to Brooklyn. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. First, I have two questions. First, what was it open and shut? Was it okay? I heard from Brooklyn. I immediately wanted to sign with Brooklyn, or were there other teams that you heard from that you might have been interested in, but you ultimately decided to go with Brooklyn first?
It was other teams. I just went through my process, and in the end, I just ended up coming here.
Okay. And just secondly, in terms of what you feel like you can add to this team, obviously, I feel like everybody knows what you can do offensively. We know you got the post game, mid range, could stretch the floor out. Defensively, what do you feel like you hang your hat on that can really help this team?
Having a high, defensive IQ, as far as being able to switch, being able to change coverages, being able to help guys read defenses, and talk to the guards, just being vocal out there on defense. I think that's going to help.
Ryan Dunleavy with the New York Post.
Marcus, I've got two for you too. Is it as simple as you felt like the Nets are the favorites? They give you the best chance to win a ring. Is it really that they're the favorites to win it all? And two, minutes wise, you, Blake, Jeff Green, DeAndre Jordan, all superstar players in this league at one point. Do you worry about the minutes here? Like when KD comes back, how's this front court going to find enough minutes to keep everybody happy?
It was about a role, and I feel like I helped, fill a void of having a bigger 5-man that can score and play defense. DJ's great, and he brings great value to the team. But it was more about, I think I filled a void for us being able to have a little bit more offensive game. Be able to take the three and help out. So I think that was a bigger factor. And about minutes, I mean, if you do your job and you go out and you compete and you do everything you can, everything's going to be fine. And we're all here to win, so it's not about that.
Tom Dowd with BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, LaMarcus, welcome to Brooklyn. Blake Griffin said something interesting the other day. He said if you had told him at the beginning of the season that a couple months later he'd be in Brooklyn with James Harden and LaMarcus Aldridge, that would have been a little bit crazy. I mean, do you think of it in that perspective, like things move really fast and kind of look where we are now?
I don't think it's really hit me yet. I haven't played, so it's I've been around the guys, and I'm still trying to get settled and everything. But I don't think it's really hit me yet. So I think my first game when I'm out there and I'm going to set a ball screen for James or KD or Kyrie, and I got Blake out there. It's just that's when it's going to really hit me. But I think since I haven't played, I don't think I really understand. I don't really understand what's going on here.
Back to Michael Grady with Yes.
Piggybacking off of that, what comes to mind when you think about the battles that you've had in the past with the Blake, with the Kevin, James, and the Kyrie over the course of your career?
It's fun, man. That's what you're here for. That's what you're, some guys are built for. You know what I'm saying? So I've enjoyed it over my career. I think those battles is what made them, ask me to come here. That's, them having respect for me, understanding what I've done over my career and the ways I've competed and helped other teams. I feel like that's why they wanted me here. So definitely have some good memories, going, against all of those guys. But it's definitely nice to, have them on my side now.
Back to Christian Winfield with the Daily News.
Hey, LaMarcus, I'm kind of curious. You spent some time in San Antonio with Greg Popovich and that whole Spurs organization. Just what do you learn or what do you take away from your time there that you can bring to Brooklyn?
I think, my whole time there is, it was great. You know, I have no regrets. You know, I learned a lot for sure. So it's just, you know, the defensive mentality, you know, the defensive IQ, just the whole discipline side of things, of knowing how to, you know, take care of business, knowing how to be a really good team, and, you know, just take care of business, you know, every night. So I think everything that I did there and I learned there can definitely help here.
Back to Greg Logan with Newsday.
Got two more.
LaMarcus, when you look across this roster at the experience and the accomplishment level, I think there's an unbelievable amount of maturity on this team between you and KD and Kyrie and Harden and Griffin and Jeff Green, DeAndre. What kind of impact do you think that will have on trying to build this team together?
I mean, hopefully it has a great impact, you know, having a bunch of guys that have had different experiences, that are mature and, you know, have been through different things at different places. Hopefully, you know, it helps us grow faster. It helps us bond, and it, you know, makes us appreciate the moment of, you know, what we actually have here. So I don't think any guys, you know, are taking it for granted. I think, you know, everyone's all in for sure. Last one.
Last question, Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Hey, LaMarcus, you mentioned your time in San Antonio. Obviously, Sean comes from there, and there's a lot of overlap with some of the people there. Just what's your comfort level and your familiarity with Steve, and also some of the coaches like Jacques and these guys that overlap with you there?
Man, I'm very comfortable. Knew Sean from San Antonio. Sean did a quick stint in Portland at the end of his career, so I actually knew him from there too. So great guy, you know, team guy, player guy. So I've definitely, you know, had some good times with him, and, you know, I've known Nash over the years, you know, going against him. So it's nice to have him coaching and not, you know, going and pick and roll, throwing the lob to stat. So it's been fun, you know, just talking to those guys now for sure.